We're back. I am your host, France, of the Let's Talk Battle Rap podcast, your battle rap podcast of New York. We're going to do a quick little monologue pod before we end the year. You know what I'm saying? If you're listening to this, it'll probably be out this New Year's Eve, the 31st. And what a fantastic year of battle rap. I've been busy. The whole team has been busy. Everybody that is involved in the industry of battle rap has been busy. If you're a media member, you have so much content to cover. Whether you're just covering battles or the stuff outside of battles, your plate has been full. Doesn't matter if you want to cover drama or bars. You have something to talk about every week in this culture. All right. The consumers, shit, listen, you've had events galore. We've been spoiled. We've been spoiled to a point that we don't even realize we're spoiled. Obviously, the rappers have been able to make a very lucrative income for themselves, and everybody is feasting in the culture this year. So salute to 2022 in battle rap, another successful year for LTBR and for myself. So I'm happy about that. And I got to go to the URL event outside yesterday. I cannot believe they threw one more event to end the year. I sincerely can't believe it. Like, I feel like this was an entirely just like a champion of the year stat pad case. Like, you had Tay Roc, who's been obviously a top contender for the year for a couple months now. Shotgun Suge, who's made a late resurgence for it, went the second half of the year. Swamp, obviously, who's had a fantastic year. Like, this is going to be his first year on the Cody list, and at that, he's arguably a contender for the award. That's amazing. And all three of those guys are on this card. So I feel like this card was literally designated so we can figure out how to like nitpick in the next month or so. Justin says stat pad would have been the first name of the card. It definitely was a giant stat pad, but in the laws of battle rap, in the universe of the battle rap gods, they do not like cherry picking. All right, the battle rap gods do not like ugly. There is no way that three contenders that are potentially cherry picking to amplify their case was going to walk away all successful. Somebody had to suffer. Okay, somebody's case had to suffer. All right, Jay Smo in the building, LTBR contributor, teams in the building. Let's read some of these messages before we talk about the card, man. My man Titus in the building says, this was like going for the scoring title on the last day of the regular season. Wasn't it, though? Bad Money in the building says, I picked Swamp in the Red Dot PG draft. Yeah, you did, man. You were very high on Swamp. Dylan was high on Swamp, too. You know, I was not that high on Swamp, but I did get a chance to see a lot of early Swamp battles in the flesh. Did not know he would be this special. We knew he was going to be some kind of all-star. Took a little bit longer than expected, I guess, a little bit of a late bloomer, but he's arrived, man. He's arrived, and he's performing and acting like the top tier. As long as he can get it together and be clean, because there is an honest conversation to have about him not being clean in all these battles. Tata in the building, man. Staff reporter at LTBR is in the building. Justin says, Nitty is number one, and they can't trick me. Justin has Nitty as his champion of the year contender. I'm not mad at that pick at all, Justin. I'm not mad at that pick whatsoever. All right, man. You're all outside. So this was a joint venture event in conjunction with my man DNA, Get Money and Drink Water, GMWD management. And, you know, when DNA does things, I pay very close attention. I pay close attention to when DNA says things and when he does things, because it's never out of just the idea of like, let me go fish for something. No, there's probably been a conversation had behind closed doors. This has been well calculated, and there is a move. There is no bigger hustler in this world than DNA, okay? The man streams his 2K games. The man has a wrestling podcast. The man is a battle rap manager. The man is an active battle rapper and taking high-profile matches at that. The man obviously has his own show, his own platform, as a media outlet. He does face-offs. He does commentary for the caffeine events. Like, I think I can keep going with his list of like responsibilities and roles. That man is a hustler. By the way, he puts out music. He put out a fucking album last year. That shit was amazing. Put another album this year that you have to go and buy directly. It's not even on the distribution platforms. You have to go purchase his album. So I can't just do nothing but respect his grind. He showed us a lot of love yesterday and gave us a lot of flowers today for the way we covered all of his stuff this year, because For God's sakes, man, get money and drink water. Breakfast with the Champ, like, has been feeding the LTBR quotes and the culture and matches, and all of his peers know to go to him to have the proper interviews to sell a fight. Point blank, my man DNA puts together this joint venture with URL and set up a couple matches. We've seen the matches. I talked to you guys about it last week. Elijah Strait versus Don Marino. Then the one-rounders between Swamp and Saga and Shotgun Suge and Danja Zone. All right, so let me talk about the Lite Work battles first, and then we'll talk about the outside card. So O-Red and Twerk battled on Lite Work. I'm trying not to give like a recap of the Lite Work battles because I feel like I'm going to sway the opinion with people. So I don't want to give a verdict of Lite Work, but I will say the stigma of Lite Work continues. I'm not for this battle. I'm just saying from there's 3 Lite Work battles. I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to say who contributed to that stigma, okay? But let's just say the stigma of Lite Work is still well and alive, okay? And after I walked out of that building, there is no way you can convince me that a 2-on-2 does not mean more than a Lite Work. All right? This is no way. There's no way, okay? Red and Twerk was great though. I enjoyed it. Calico and DNA, good job for both of them. Chilla Jones and Chess was a surprise, was a treat. Who was it out of those 6 names that you know what I'm saying? Had to hold it down and take care of the situations. I don't know. That's for you to find out when the footage drops, if it's in the footage. I won't spoil anything. But shout outs to Twerk and Red, DNA Calico, and Chilla Jones and Chess for having their Lite Work battles. I know my man Vlad is not a big fan of Lite Work, and I know he's gonna listen to this and just say, "I knew it, I knew it." You know what I'm saying? So I'll leave it at that. Salute to Lite Work. Whenever it drops, and we'll get a chance to watch those together as a family on a nice Saturday evening. But after the Lite Work battles, Elijah Strait and Don Marino take the stage. And let me tell you guys something, all right? My man DNA apparently said I was going to be a judge for this battle. Never texted me, never called me, never asked me. It just blatantly just say, you know, we're going to get France to judge it. And I got a text from Titus like, "Hey, you know you're judging Don and Elijah?" And I'm like, "Excuse me?" I was like, "Excuse me?" What up, Goated? My man Goated track in the building. Bad Money has a message here. So I'm shocked Vlad definitely advocate for shorter battles. Bad Money, we love shorter battles. Okay, we don't like Broadway plays. If you catch the drift. So you know, Titus tells me I'm judging this battle, and then I text DNA, and I'm like, I'm judging this battle, and I'm like, yo, I'm Latino biased. Like Don Marino's my man's. Like I can't judge this, and DNA is like, LOL. Now this. All right, come on, man, you judging this? I'm just like, yo, like this is completely out of my control. This is not consensual. I didn't agree to this. I didn't want no smoke judging these battles. You know what I'm saying? I came on my laptop. I had a desk. I wanted to just watch the battles, write down the bars. You know what I'm saying? Get a little bit of clips for myself so that I can rehash it when I write these articles down. But then DNA calls up the battles. He calls Elijah to the stage. He calls Don to the stage, and he's like, "I got Dre Dennis judging. I got France from Let's Talk Battle Rap judging." And I'm like, I thought we had a conversation about this. I thought there was some dialogue to understand that I kind of don't want to be in this position. Goda said, DNA said, "Oh, you thought I was asking." All right, so I'm there front row and center to the battle, and I'm taking notes while they're rapping. Let me save this timestamp here because I have a clip I want to play for you guys later. All right, so boy, Don Marino starts his first round, and he was like a fully polished battle rapper. Like he understands. It's just like a level of understanding of how to battle more, right? Like the pacing, the crowd control, looking at the camera and the crowd, doing little tricks to like implement humor at the right time, like do something that makes the crowd finish a bar with you. Those little things that just the little intangibles. Like Don Marino was exhibiting all of those attributes in his first round. Like he had a Corona bottle in his hand, and he's just like, "When I put this Corona down, I'm gonna fuck you up." puts the Corona bottle down. He goes, now that I put it down, the whole crowd screams out, he gonna fuck you up. Like that is like that's IQ that just like Elijah doesn't know how to do yet, right? So when that started happening, I'm like, okay, Don Marino is gonna show Elijah all the stuff this outside of just punching. But of course, you know, Don Marino, he kind of he struggles sometimes to be 100% clean. He had a bar where he like was rhyming Kensei and Sensei and like the a couple more S's, and the S's had him like like so he had like a little bit of a verbal slippage, nothing massive, right? But just enough to where it could be like, all right, well, like if this round is close, that could be costly. Oh, my man Saga in the building. Praise God, Saga. We're gonna get to your battle soon, Saga. We going in order right now. We're talking about Don and Elijah. The Christians left very successful last night. The Christians left with 2-0 on the scoreboard. So salute to that. Elijah's first round, guys. Look, I've been critical of Elijah, but it's never been about his talent. It's just about the way he kind of carries himself. I love he talks shit. I love that he's cocky. I just never really liked the downplaying of other people in other leagues. I like it's like Elijah, you haven't done much yet to downplay a king of the dot rapper. Like I don't like that. And of course, I still think he needs a lot of like better pacing, a little bit more performance, more presence and crowd control, but content, just punches. He's got it down packed, man. Okay, his first round, he had the first Kid Slay bar. He was like, the Crucibles never got a final exam because they hated it. They made Slay the favorite. Hate to be a jerk to point it out, but I got to make a statement. And then he had another bar about like, I'm trying to leave Earth like Armstrong, and the essay gonna take me there, like NASA essay and the essay. So that was dope. He had another bar that I really fucked with. It was like, why would you want to try me? You must be smoking crack. You must be high off the glass like Kyrie. That was slick. No flow when you build up like a blood cock. Better raise up off me like a sunblock. I'm like, yo, the man can punch his ass off, man. He's a really good fucking puncher. My favorite punch from Elijah the entire battle was cover the coffin like a COVID mask, then the spine shot mess up his balance like an overdraft. That was nuts. Right? Justin, Anastasia, like, don't get it twisted. My man Don Marino has some dope bars too, though. Like, he had a nice little you don't kill nothing straight, like Jeffrey Dahmer. That shit was crazy. I obviously had a little poquito, your condensed rum style coquito bar. He had a nice Return of the Kings. You don't think Elijah would bar. Don Marino had you're like Death Vader. You just be choking out of thin air. That was slick. So point blank, Don Marino's second round, which is like his first round, really good. Has some highlights, a little bit of slippage, and Elijah just keeps his foot on the neck the entire course of the way. Feel me? Elijah is fire, man. Elijah's fire. Obviously, he has a lot of intangibles to work on still, but just strictly content and punchlines, the man is a problem. Just punchline wise, the man is a problem. He has very, very, very good punchlines. So I would love to see him put it together. I did like that a lot of his peers were in the building and they kind of like, I don't want to say they humbled him, but they like gave him a lot of praise, but they told him, you still need to do this 2-3 more times. Like I seen Jack Boy shook his hand, and Jack Boy was like, bro, do what you just did tonight 2-3 more times, and then they're going to really fuck with you. You know, and I kept hearing a lot of other people telling him the exact same thing. So that goes to show that like people know he's nice and he has to just climb the ranks, man. You know what I'm saying? The UN4 guys, a lot of them didn't get all the ample opportunities like I wish they would have. So this is part of the developmental process. The only way to development is by experience. Justin says, all Elijah got to do is step away from the nitty shadowing and he'll be fine. I'm not 100% sure that he fully ever will, because there's still a lot of parts of him that kind of like follows the blueprint of nitty. But, you know, salute to Lou Castro, salute to Twerk and Swervo. They said this. They're like, do you know how hard it is to say you sound like Rum Nitty and you're good? And the man doesn't use gun bars. No gun bars. So, like, whether you feel like he's a replica or not, he's fucking talented. He's a good writer. He's a great puncher. So, I'll take back great puncher. He's a good puncher. He has to still prove it. So he's a good puncher. He's got a lot of work to do still. Got a lot of work to do. Oh shit, Maven in the building. What up, my girl? Detroit in the house. So Elijah Straight wins $1,000. Maven says Elijah has some nice cadences he's been adding lately. You know, he's figuring out too how to like do the scheming thing. He's like scheming a lot more. He's like, I don't gotta just stick to just punch. Let me scheme a little. Actually, let me give Elijah props on one more thing before we go to the next battle. His second round had really good structure. He opened it up with like making fun of Don Marino's Mexican bar. So he made like a joke. Then he used a bunch of Spanish words to make wordplay out of it. Then he transitioned it into an angle about how Don Marino is disgracing his heritage by the way he raps about it. So it was like one giant theme of Mexican bars where it's like jokes, wordplay, punches, angle, all on the same theme. And I caught on to that structure. I'm like, all right, see, more of this, Elijah, more of this. All right. I think that's enough time on that. Let's go to my man, the Saga. Saga's battle was next. Lord have mercy, man. The Saga, he was on one, man. He was absolutely on one. I was actually on the phone with Saga recently because I was reading some of the bars that I wrote down from him. He corrected me on one of the bars. He had a bar where it was like, I wrote it down wrong. I thought it was like break his leg, leave him in a gruesome spot. And he was like, no, it's twist his foot, leave his head, and break his body up. It'll be a gruesome spot. And if you don't like how our page is formatted, then go to Google Docs. And I was like, header, body, footer. And I'm just like, oh shit, I didn't catch all the wordplay of it at the time period. And then he broke that shit down to me and like, sorry if I still fucked it up, Saga. But for the most part, header, footer, body, gruesome spot. You don't like how page look, go to Google Docs. You know what I'm saying? There we go. Your footer break, header split, your body rot, leave them in the gruesome spots. I apologize, Saga. I apologize. There's a lot going on in my brain right now. But that was just one of many fucking haymakers that he had going on. You know what I'm saying? He had so much unique page flips too. A Jehovah Witness, you knock on Christian bar, Summer Rising page. I got the Cliff Notes. Won't spare a swamp on my end like a Apocalypto. If the Southern dialect, I hit your jaw again. Like, Saga just had so much, man. His round was long too. You know, normally when he does a 1-round battle, he has no problem just going and going and going and going. And when he's clicking on all cylinders, it adds to a ton of momentum. Swamp, his first round started, or for only 1 round. His round started off really slow. Had a couple stumbles. I know Saga's going to call it a choke. I'm going to call it a stumble. But the point is that it wasn't clean. The point is it wasn't clean, and it happened twice. So he didn't start kicking up till like towards the end of the round. And I thought Swamp, had a solid round, but Saga just overpowered him. Saga said, I'm going to put a little asterisk on that Champion of the Year run. All right. You're going to worry about that later. Justin says this is what happens when you pray to the raccoons. Saga gonna drop at least 8 minutes in the 1-rounder, and it's great. Yeah, no, Saga did his motherfucking thing, man. He literally, like, let's call it for what it is, man. It's a 1-round battle, right? So it's like a 1-round battle gonna ruin Swamp's case to be Cody. No, but when Swamp is in the 2-3 spot and you're trying to nitpick and argue about why he deserves to be 2 or 1, this Saga battle will now work against his argument. So when the race is that close, it does. Yeah. I mean, like, people are like, oh, he ruined his case. And it's like, all right, guys, don't lose sight of the fact that if my man Swamp finishes 2nd or 3rd, that's fucking incredible. I'm sorry, I'm cursing a lot. It's just the adrenaline's rushing. Like, if Swamp finishes 2nd or 3rd, still a fantastic year. You know what I'm saying? Still a fantastic year. Goda says that's still a better year than Suge. Oh, man. Got it. Well, with that being said, let's transition. Coming up next, we got Shotgun Suge in Danja Zone. And man, Danger Zone. I didn't expect for him to get leveled like that. Like, don't get it twisted. I understand the idea of like, oh, a pen's in the small room, they're gonna do good. Nah, not necessarily. If a pen is in the small room with somebody that's like a street rapper or they're electric, all that pen lyrical dexterity, all that's out the window because we ain't trying to hear that. If you're gonna be able to entertain me and make me feel like I'm watching you on a stage in a small room, that's gonna overpower all the lyrical miracle acrobats and multisyllabics and all that and schemes out the window. But we just haven't seen Danger Zone in a while, so I was like, okay, maybe he's getting a little bit reinvigorated, is inspired. People have some people are big Danger Zone fans out there. So I'm like, okay, but Danger Zone, Danger Zone, like he had no business being across the stage from Suge, yo. Let's read some messages. Goda says we knew Danger would get cooked. Titus says Danger's top tier resume is nasty. Justin says Danger still brags about his 2015 campaign. I mean, he had a good peak in 2015, but it was 7 years ago. Yo, Danger Zone had a bar, and he was like, "You a bad shooter, like Cat Anthony Towns, like Carl Anthony Towns," and I was like, "Are we sure Danger Zone watches basketball? Carl Anthony Towns shot like 39% from three. Well, like what? Titus like 7-8 attempts. Like Towns is a phenomenal shooter." I was like, wait a minute, hold up. Every time I hear a basketball ball that's completely off the reference, I'm like, you box score checking or you watching the games? What's going on? Like, because Towns is by no means not a bad shooter. In fact, he's probably one of the best big man shooters we've seen over the last maybe 10, 20 years. Justin says he should have asked Jazz about that line. Yeah. It didn't work out in his favor, man. So Suge out the gate though, like just he cut Danger Zone's round off with "Let's get one day straight," and then like the room just erupted off of that alone. I was like, oh yeah, like I'm not being like daylight calls a battle being over like with like one bar. I'm not that drastic, but the way the room was like elated by Suge cutting his round off, they're like, yeah, like let's go, Suge, let's go. Like they really feel like this is the battle's gonna ice Suge to beat Cody or something. Like they're just like excited. And so Suge was just like, if I sign him up, I'm gonna take the stand. Fuck Zone. I told Smack I want Swamp man to man. Son, the way out of clips. They put Zone on me. I'm just gonna shoot my way out of this. So I was like, see, there we go. That's the back that those basketball references are hitting right there. You know what I'm saying? So Suge out the gate, man, just performing, being electric. He's landing back to back. Obviously he's got a ton of special moves. So any special move he gets into, the crowd's gonna say it with him. I don't know. It felt like it wasn't as drastic as watching Geechee Gotti and Mike P, but like, let's say like that's like a 10. This was like a 6 of that version. Like it was bad. It was bad. It was not good. It was not good. But Suge, you don't get to brag about one rounder, sir. Want to know why? Because we didn't forget that Ryder battle. Oh yeah, and we did not forget that prep battle neither. So don't start bragging about the one rounders you won. All right, because there's a couple on the board that you left off the board for a reason. So at the end of the day, still just one round. So I don't feel like it amplifies your case to a point where it's like, oh, it solidifies it. I don't feel like it hurts you so much that you can't still be argued. So, but obviously Suge winning and Swamp losing it, the optics of it, the momentum obviously is going to, just help Suge's case more. And Suge has the valid look. Everybody's calling Suge Cody. There's a lot of people calling Suge Cody. Do I think that he's Cody? It's hard for me to say somebody's champion of the year when 7 months into the year, I didn't even have him in my top 20. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to be able to, I'm not erasing January to July when I talk about his year, but the way he ended his year, fantastic. And I just don't want him to lose sight of the fact that just because you're not number 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5 or 6, that you didn't have a great year. You did. He had an awesome year. Is Suge in your 3? No, Justin, he's not. Surf wasn't in your top 27. Yo, Bad Money, you need some more nuance, man. Bad Money, we need some more nuance, man. We're not comparing Surf's year to Suge's year. We're not doing that, bro. We are 100% not doing that. Come on, man. Come on, man. And I also didn't agree with Surf being top wherever he was at. You know this. So come on now. Let's not do that. Yoshi in the building, showing love. What up, Yoshi G? Yoshi G. Nah, Bad Money. It ain't petty season, man. It ain't petty season. Y'all trigger me. Y'all all anger me. I dislike all of y'all. So, no. Goda says difference is Surf didn't have L's in the beginning of his year. Yeah, Goda, you know what's up. Did Surf lose to Ryder and man, you see what you started, Bad Money. This is what you started. This is the chaos you wanted in the chat. If this is what you wanted, mission accomplished. All right. Titus says, y'all think he's joking. France is legitimately traumatized. Yeah, we all are. We all are. So shout out to Suge and Saga capitalizing off those one rounders. They made the most out of it. And we get to the main event. We get to the main event, the main attraction. I got clips for you guys. I bought clips. Let's read some messages before we get into Snake Eyez and Tay Roc and Snake Eyez. Smo says third place with 3 battles. No Pass Look says Easy should have been Cody last year. The man was a murder mook battle away from it. Like, Marquis says, is Ace in your top 20 this year? No, he's not, man. I'm looking forward to Ace making one of these lists one of these years. I think he's due for one. Justin says, I heard Rock added another almost fight to his resume. You heard correctly. Bad Money says, my brother was there, but ain't arrived till the Rock battle. Bad, what did your brother tell you about the Rock and Snake battle? I'm curious to see if it's anything similar to how I felt about the battle. No Pass says, is Easy top 5 or top 3 this year? I think he's definitely no lower than 5. No Pass. Look, like you can make a legitimate argument that Easy should be a top 5 guy. He's performing at an MVP level. Like if we're just talking content, not all the other things that go into it, strength of schedule, consistency, just straight material. Rum Nitty and Easy the Block Captain are like the best rappers right now. So yeah, I like Easy to be in the top 5. Okay, so Snake Eyez and Tay Roc hits the stage. Let's share a little bit of a backstory, some dialogue that me and Snake Eyez had over the week. Normally, I don't like to bring these private conversations to light, but it ended peaceful, so it's a nice story time for the pod. I think Snake Eyez wasn't happy about, that we said New Jersey Twerking Real Sick was probably the best battle on the Christmas drop, and it was a fantastic battle. But make no mistake, Snake Eyez and Bad News was also a really, 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 really good battle that also dropped on Christmas. Like if you put Snake Eyez and Bad News in like a top 10 battle of the year list, or at least having the honorable mentions, like I'm not mad at you saying that. It was a really good battle, especially when you think about like it's on Bags and Bodies. It was for somebody to go home. Obviously, the week of the battle dropping, it confirmed some things that was being said on Twitter Spaces that I won't revisit right now. So if you feel opposite of that, I respect that opinion too. But the point is, he wasn't happy about us not giving that battle, I guess it's the spotlight. And he didn't want me to cover his battle. He said, "Don't cover my battle with Rock." I'm like, "You want me to not cover a Tay Roc battle? I can't do that. That can't be done." But we talked about it in person, and he was cool. He's just sometimes things get a little heated between the rappers and the media. But Snake Eyez is cool. We talked it out. We pieced it out. He really wanted to hear my thoughts on the battle. And truth be told, I really felt like he was competitive against Rock. I feel like he held up to what people would have wanted to see from him, especially on camera. So You know, we cool. We cool now. Shouts to Snake. Yeah, Dale. Snake just needs some motivation, and I don't mind that. Snake. This is a big battle for Snake. This has been a grudge match been brewing for the last 2-3 years since 2019. So I like the idea of him just putting an extra chip on his shoulder so he could go into that battle with all the aggression and grit that he needs. I got no problem with it. I'm here to enjoy the show and talk about it. Nah, bad. You know, it wasn't that serious, man. You know, I knew I was gonna see him, so I knew we would talk about it in person. So, and that's one thing, guys. I'll say this for the media in the building, and for all the people that aren't media in the building. Like when you talk about somebody on the internet, like they can't read your tone. They don't know if it's coming from a place of criticism, slander, genuine like concern. Like they can't decipher that all the time, right? And that's just part of the life and dialect of talking to people without being able to hear or see or what they sound like with their messages. When you read something, you read it in a tone that you know the person to be in, or the tone that message is perceived in your brain. So sometimes rappers hear and read certain things that we say on social media, and they don't like it, and they're perfectly in their right not to like it. But when you see them in person, I promise you that conversation is smooth and it's peaceful. Yeah, Brit. I mean, if you're outside, um, you're gonna have keep the same energy, right? If you're gonna critique these guys, just when you see them in person, just keep the same energy. So the battle starts. Snake Eyes has a solid first round. Um, a little more than solid. I think it was a good round. No heavy haymakers, but a lot of consistent jabs, right? Like he's just jabbing, jabbing, jabbing the whole battle, or like every bar, like if I have to scale it from like 1 to 10, like some are sixes, some are sevens, some are sixes, some are fives, and then you get a seven. Like there was no big eruption from his round, but there was like consistently good jabs. He obviously addressed the allegations or accusations, I should say, the Rock Lee situation. Had a bunch of Tay Roc Rock Lee flips. Had a dope uh angle, well, real brief angle about recycling the Mike P verse on Bags and Bodies. That was cool. Obviously, he had the niggas would shoot rock and rap about it like Dame Dollar. That was hard. He had a Kid Slay bar that was tough. I did like this bar. He was like, dish out more crack than twerk slamming Norbs. Classic. Even if you was Onyx from Pokemon, you wouldn't rock Snake. Like he has some good bars in his first. And I felt like Tay Roc's first round had bars that were just as equal. You know what I'm saying? It was just as equivalent. And I'm not gonna lie, Tay Roc is the master of being able to amplify his material. Where if you think a line is okay or not that good, he can deliver it to the point where it's like it's received very well from the bass in his voice, the impact, the aggression, the way he looks at his opponent, the energy that he creates. So like some of the lines from Tay Roc, like I wasn't that crazy about it personally. He had a lot of Christopher flips. He had a fish bait to your jaw hook line. He did have a dope Spider-Man bar. He was like, I'm not a fan of this nine. Blam, kill eyes born like Spider-Man. That was cool. He had a peekaboo bar. I was like, oh, we had a peekaboo bar. What are we doing here? Like, so like he had lines that I wasn't that crazy about, but believe me, the delivery and energy was on point. Like most of the room is like, oh, Tay Roc 1-0. And I'm just like, kind of edge Snake that round. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching the battle with J400. He's next to me while I'm on my laptop taking notes, and he's like, yo, you got Snake winning the first? I'm like, I think I do. He's like, all right, cool. We're on the same page. So at that moment, I'm like, all right, this is clearly the effect of going first and second, but I thought Snake won the first round. Snake's second round, he was angling, hard hitting the angles. I like the angles he was opening up the round with. Obviously, talked a lot about Tay Roc leaving Cave Gang. He had a line where he was like, Rock, you not neglected. You just do so much sucker shit to the point when you do real shit, it's not respected. I was like, that bar kind of hit, man. That bar kind of hit for me. I'm not gonna lie. So the angles in second round was good. Jay Black says you spoiling the battles. Hey, listen, man, I ain't spoiling on the light works. All right, I'm not gonna spoil the light work battles because it's a fan vote. There's an incentive there. But this battle here, yeah, you get the preview, man. You see what's going on here. Um, I thought Snake Eye second round was dope. Dope angles. Tay Roc second round, just straight gun bar to death. And he upped his content his second round. The material was way harder than his first round. Heavy hitting. I loved a lot of Roc's bars in the second round. Did I have any here that I wrote down? He had a dope Visine bar, manufactured for Eyez, like Lens Crafted bar was dope. He had an Inspector Gadget bar. I'm just like, all right, we've heard Inspector Gadget bars, but the crowd loved it. He had a dope line also addressing Kid Slay. He said, y'all snitch lovers ain't like my angle, and said I was wrong for taking it. Don't be mad at me for exposing it. Don't be mad at me for exposing the statement. He was wrong for making it. Like that shit was slick, addressing that. He had a dope glitch on the Glock. I Call of Duty modded it. And wait, how does glitch on the Glock? Call of Duty modded the Switch, and now I forgot how the bar went. I'm sorry. So scratch that. But the point is, he had a dope Call of Duty bar. I like the way he ended his second round too. Step on Eyez like Uma Thurman. That was dope. So for me personally, I thought Roc took the second round, but definitely I like Snake's angles in the second. Just Roc had a little bit harder hitting bars. And sorry if I'm messing any of these bars up again. These are just the notes that I took from the battle while it was happening. I do want to say I missed the chance to talk about the scuffle in the first round. So after the first round happened, obviously the entourage is getting heated. People are just like yelling at each other, screaming, and Tay Roc's is arguing with I think Snake Eyes' brother. And listen, shit almost went left. Like Beasley and Debo came in there and just with the jaws of life with their arms, just separated everything. Ace Amin is there separating shit. Torque is there separating shit. Like I at that moment I actually stopped typing. I grabbed my laptop. I'm like, all right, let me grab my laptop in case this shit go crazy. Can't let this $1,000+ MacBook, get injured. So I wasn't gonna let that get hurt in the middle of all that. But they calmed it down after like about 8-9 minutes, and they got right back into it. So the second round, obviously, with like how I just described it, is that much more amplified because the angles, just like you just seen it happen, like he's talking about not fighting. They almost fought, and then the next round you have an angle about it. Like it was perfectly crafted, And again, we love our battles when they almost go left. You know what I'm saying? Like when they almost kind of just go off the rails, when it's close enough where it's still entertainment. That's good. We like that. Titus says it's so crazy because it looked like Snake and Roc weren't even mad at each other. They weren't. It's just the entourage. It's always the entourage. It's always mainly the entourage. You know what I'm saying? Blac, no, they did not fight. Don't quote me on that. They did not fight. People like to pretend audience bias doesn't seem to exist in small rooms. So the third round, I think was Snake's best round. He ended the round on fire. Like he just straight started like talking to Roc about like you never had to do this, never had to do that, you never hustle this, never hustle that. Had a crazy chopped cheese bar, crazy Jamaica Queens bar, and all that was just like compounding. Where he's like again back to angling again, and he also had another bar that I really liked in this angle where he was like, where does it go here? He said, don't talk about the fights I lost because at least I fought back. So obviously going back to like the almost fighting. So, it was relevant in the moment. Had a dope Glorilla bar. That was cool. He definitely was hitting all cylinders at the end of his third round. The end of his third round, he just caught straight NBA Jam fire. He's on fire. He ended the round so good. That was like, hey, yo, man, what's Tay Roc going to do here? Like, Tay Roc has to snatch this round back. And let me be the one to say this, man. My man Tay Roc had a 3-syllable rhyme pattern for 32 bars. And I have a clip. Y'all.
Running your crib, you get hit with all kind of appliances. Knock out the sinuses, 2 2 3s. Hit my pupil, snake eye, and irises. Like a little girl in the movie. Like a little girl in the movie. Fresh shot in the esophagus. Another dead kid stretched 1 foot out his office. Right. I got strap squeezing on his head. He got on the octopus.
Woo! All right, that's enough. That's enough. That was only that's 30 seconds. Cool. I think it should be fair. I should play a Snake Eyes clip that I think I have here too. Let me see if I can find it. But yeah, what you guys think of that? What you guys think of that Tay Roc clip? Go ahead and talk about it in the chat while I find this Snake Eyes clip. Okay, I think I found it. Let's see. Let's read these messages. It's not easy to do a rhyme pattern. It's not an easy rhyme pattern to do. Man, when he did it for 32 bars, bro. Like what that little clip I showed you, that's probably like a third of it. He kept going and going and going and going to the point where they chanted 3-0 in the room. Like Twerk started a 3-0 chant, and then the side of Tay Roc's like entourage and his peoples and Twerk and all of them, they all like 3-0, 3-0. I'm just like, how do we get a 3-0 chant in a small room? Like, how did that happen? Like, it's gonna look crazy on camera because people are not gonna feel like this battle's a 30. All right, let me see if I can play the Snake Eyes clip that I found.
When this guy came to the co-signing, this bitch nigga backstabbed. Nigga always want to act tough, but I know that you lying. You thought he had a Dot Mafia hit the way Gotti had him hiding. Nigga, you fraud. New revolver, don't get involved in. You want to beef with a freckle face nigga, but not a nigga from Compton, well, nigga is Harlem. I'm a problem starter in my time. Block 9, and your top look like New York skyline.
Yeah, man, Snake was going, man. Snake was going. I think it was could find a better clip than that one, but shout out to Snake Eyes third round. Third round was super fire, but I thought Tay Roc took the third as well. But ultimately, I think it's definitely a net positive for the most part. Like Snake Eyes held his own against Tay Roc in the main event battle. He did his thing. Like this isn't a battle like I would like oh, he lost, he got killed, he got smoked. No, because like, you know, I read a comment. Oh, my man DNA in the building. Salute to DNA. Get money and drink water and all that. Salute, champ. We gave you some flowers earlier on the broadcast, talking about the successful event you put together. Jay Black says, "Can you announce who the champion is? That's why we're here, bro." Listen, man. Cody is the Nets head coach. That's who the Cody is. All right. Goldie says, "Play the Nunu bar." I think the Nunu bar is in the second round. Snake Eyes took a shot at Nunu, and that shit got heated. Shit got super heated. I lost my track of thought I was gonna say about Snake Eyes though. About his third round. What was I gonna say? I forgot now. It's over. A good battle from him. Real good battle from him. I thought he rose to the occasion. Oh, now I remember what I was gonna say. I read this comment on YouTube about Snake Eyes and bad news. And it was an interesting comment. And the comment read, "I've never seen Snake Eyes in a room that wasn't against him." And I stopped for a minute because, you know, I've been a lot of Snake Eyes battles, especially this year. I've seen the Nun battle, seen this Twerk battle, seen this one, and some in the past, Mike P battle, plenty of Snake Eyes battles seen in person. And I do feel like I have seen that as a common theme that like the room is like either against him or just pro his opponent, right? So those two things aren't the same. Like they're not always against him, but they're like also very pro his opponent. But then again, your opponent's Tay Roc. Like any and everybody in front of Tay Roc is gonna have like a room catered to Tay Roc a little bit more than you. But the interesting part about that comment to me was like I feel like Snake is kind of worn that like on his chest, like I'm the villain, I'm the bad guy, it's me against everybody, you know what I'm saying? I'm coming to get my respect, I'm coming to snatch it, I'm coming to like, you know, so like he walks into the room with that chip on his shoulder, and I feel like he likes that chip on the shoulder. So I don't know. Though I kind of slightly agree with that comment, I also feel like he embodies and embraces that role of like walking into a room and turning that room into a road game for him. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was a cool thing. Tuxedo, what up? Yeah, Tuxedo, you funny, man. Justin says you can't choose to be a heel and then get mad when you're treated as such. I agree with that statement too, Justin. Like, if you're gonna be the villain, bad guy, and you want to be embraced like by being hated or having a room against you, embrace that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I say embrace that shit because um battles live on camera forever. So when you're in those kind of environments and you give full effort, doesn't matter if you lose the room, people on camera will watch the battle and feel very differently about you. And I think it was really interesting because his battle with Nun, he clearly had the room on his side, right? Like he had all the energy, the momentum. But when the battle dropped, everybody felt like Nun low key won the battle. Shout out to Tata. Tata in the building. She said, yo, Nun, I had Nun beating Snake Eyes. The app has Nun beating Snake Eyes. A lot of people on camera feel like Nun should have won that battle. So that's a great example of like the room's against you, but when it drops, people are more in your favor. Now, when Snake Eyes battle Twerk, obviously Twerk is Twerk. Like he big audience, his people's there. You know what I'm saying? When he battled Twerk outside, it felt like the room definitely gravitated more towards Twerk. But when the battle dropped, people were like, yo, this battle's debatable. I like Snake Eyes' first 2 rounds. I thought Snake Eyes could have still arguably won this battle. So like it had the reverse effect of like you won a judge battle in the moment and the crowd loved you, but on camera they felt differently. And you lost a judge battle where the room was against you in the moment, but the people on camera loved you. So, you know, like at that moment, you just, if you're going to be an on camera guy or, you know, you're going to like let the footage speak because you know the room might not be favorable in your odds, just give your best effort so that people watching this battle at home break the bars down. They can give you the chance to say, yo, I haven't won in this battle. I think a true Snake Eyes fan will watch the Tay Roc battle and honestly feel like he did good enough to make an argument for them. They felt that way about the Twerk battle. The Twerk battle was a judge loss. So, all right, but that's all I had to say about that battle. Good work to Snake Eyes. Really good work to him. I think that was a great way to end the year. His second main event this year, him and Stumbles, him and Tay Roc. That was good work. J Black in the chat says, when Luka wins, LTBR breaking news. When Harden scores 60, LTBR posts nothing. Yo, man, what are we doing here, man? Yo, can we ban this guy? How do we ban this guy? How do we ban this guy? No, don't let him speak. All right. I guess before we leave, we can address some of the stuff that happened over the last 2 days too, because it's a bombshell of news. I see Saga in the chat says, random, but could you address the K-Shine drama? Okay, sure. Let's address the K-Shine drama to our best of our abilities because we don't know much of what happened. But K-Shine went live on his Instagram and that boy went off, man. Just listen to a little bit of what he had to say.
So what they trying to do is make y'all think my stock is decreasing. If my stock is decreasing to the public, they can pitch that to me and negotiate what my bag is, and I basically enslave me. They banking on me keeping it so solid and not saying, bro, get me the fuck out of here, bro. Get me out of here. Let me go.
Well, get me out of here. Let me go. Obviously, prior to this Instagram live, K-Shine has been saying on his Instagram that he wants his battles to be dropped on YouTube. So if there's anything going on with that, which all correlates, I get it. He really wants a YouTube drop. He said his Clips battle, his Hollow battle, his Easy battle, his Sick battle, they're not on YouTube, and he wants them on YouTube. I get that. Everybody wants a YouTube drop. Although you're the 5th highest youth battle rapper in the world, I get it. You want a YouTube drop. Understandably so. Beasley addresses it right away, actually. The same, probably like an hour after it happened. Hip Hop is Real grabbed Beasley and said, Beasley, do you have a response to K-Shine's live?
or what he's saying, you know, exactly what's going on. I don't know what he expressed, so I won't say anything back to him just yet until I actually get a chance to view it myself. Yes. But I mean, if it's a thing of him wanting to make an exit from Ultimate Rap League, we won't hold him as long as he returns all monies that have been paid to him and completes his obligation. You know what I'm saying? So he can do the battles that he's supposed to do, okay, or return the money. So now,
I think that's fair. If you were paid for a battle you didn't do, either complete the battle or refund the money. I think that's fair on the league. We'll see how this plays out, man. This is not the first time URL and K-Shon's had disputes. If you've been following over the years, obviously K-Shon definitely went and did his own thing multiple times. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, also when him and DNA were doing the 2-on-2 tour across the globe. So if you just look at the history of things, this is not the first person that's had issues with URL, and this isn't the first time K-Shon specifically has had issues with URL. So will they come to a resolution? Maybe time will tell. As far as I've also seen K-Shon address Jack Boy saying like he looked healthy to him, and I'm here to say I don't know about that one. We got to slow down because everybody that was in the building obviously knew that Jack was not in condition to hit the stage. I won't dive too deep into that, but and it's also not the first time that exact thing happened to Jack in that moment of battling. So like he does have a history of just like his health being a bit of a liability for him to perform sometimes. It's part of just, being a lupus survivor. Jack is strong. He tries to stay as healthy as he can, but sometimes you just can't control it. And so it wasn't like URL was protecting Jack Boy or trying to prevent Shine from battling. If anything, they want you to battle. You think they don't want you to battle in Irving Plaza, New York? Of course they do. So I won't get too deep into Jack's response because I feel like that starts to tread into a whole nother direction that I don't necessarily want to go into. But if you go ahead and check out Jack's response, it's a powerful response. I don't think Sean should drag Jack Boy into that issues because it's out of his control, man. It's out of his control. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they come to some kind of agreement or they either figure out how they can come to terms to close things out. One of the two, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, Sean is a made man in this game. So if you see him battle on other platforms, it's not like we've never seen him battle on other platforms. Again, like I said, K-Shon is the fifth highest viewed battle rapper in the world. Let's pull this up real quick. K-Shon has been on a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. He's battled on a total of 26 platforms in his career. If K-Shon wants to go battle somewhere else, who are we to say no? Like, he's been on King of the Dot, he's been on RV, he's been on Don't Flop, he's been on UW, he's been on Black Ice, he's been on Guerrilla Warfare. What are we gonna tell this guy? What are we gonna tell him? Jay Black says, how much money was owed? Hey, man. 1.2 mil, says Titus. I thought it was 2.5 mil, Titus. That's what I thought they were upset about. I thought it was 2.5. That's what I heard. That's what they told me back in the day. So we'll see where K-Shon and URL ends things. But stay tuned to that because that's definitely a new interesting wrinkle that has occurred. For some of these messages. I don't know. Shine said the same ish with Hollow. Said the same ish Hollow did. Okay. Goda says he's trying to act like he didn't ask for the sick battle now. You know what I'm saying? We're just keeping it real. He said he signed a contract for Gnome in a month prior to, you know what I'm saying? You look up, the receipts is available. Justin says somehow this is going to lead to a Shine versus Disaster battle on GTX. That's a battle I'm surprised has never happened. There's a couple disaster battles like Disaster and Clips, Disaster and Shine. Surprised those never happened. I know Shine's wanted to battle Iron Solomon for a while. I would like to see that too, but we'll see whenever Iron Solomon comes back outside. Small says, how y'all feel about Shine versus Big K? Man, let's really get to it, man. Y'all keep talking about Big K. We need to see him versus the white person that really matters. What about K-Shon versus A-Ward? All right. that's possible now. It's in play. I guess, right? You know what I'm saying? Jay Black says, "Here we go." Oh man, Black, you can click the top right hand corner of your Google Chrome, and exit out, or if you're on Safari, it's on the top left corner. You can leave, sir. Okay, not gonna come here and tell me which white person I can or can't talk about, huh? Golden says the fans don't need to worry about behind the scenes. Then goes lives and expose it. Oh, he's saying Shine said that. Shine said fans don't need to worry about what's behind the scenes, and then he goes on live and exposes it. Yeah, well, you know how that goes, man. A statement was trying to be made there. So Jay Black says, "Nope, I'm gonna stay right here and be mad like any other battle fan, sir." Fair enough. Fair enough. Titus says, "Trust me, yeah, I don't want to know the behind the scenes. Listen, it was up to me. I would like to know less. All right, I would like to know less, and I would like to not talk about that. I would like to just talk about battle rap. But when this kind of bleeds into battle rap a little bit, there's some parts of the conversation you can't fully ignore. But you know, like I didn't go too deep. I didn't want to talk about all the Jack Boy stuff. Like I found my boundaries. I keep it where it's at. Bad Money, I don't like being all the way surprised. I like to be in the know slightly, just enough so I can plan my content, but not enough where I have to pick a side. You feel me? So hopefully that creates a healthy balance. But once you're in the Illuminati, there's no going back. So Black says, "What if you know too much?" Listen, man, when you know too much, like is it's like a gun being pointed to your back every time you speak. I know that meme, that Family Guy meme, where like put the gun behind Lois's back, and it's like, "Yo, tell him go grab a plate, say it's for you, and give it to me." Like, Justin, stop it, stop it. All right, Bad Money says, "Same here, but since I took a break in 2020, I don't get leaks anymore, and I stay quiet." Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, man. I think that will wrap it up for me today. That's all of Outside. That's a little bit of Shine and URL. Is there anything else before we close up out of here, man? Is there anything left I didn't cover? Did this event change your Cody rankings? I was gonna say no, but it might have. Derez, no, we haven't talked to D-Rez. Oh, no, we ain't talk about that. Because Hitman says it's still going down. So if Hitman says it's happening, I'm gonna take his word for it. So I think that's all, man. I think that's all. So before we get up out of here, go ahead and check out our article for a recap. We recapped Outside. I call it the last transaction. So you can go ahead and let's talk about that comment. Check out that article. You know what I'm saying? And tomorrow, LTBR has a great, great, great day because we are getting together for our annual LTBR end of the year wrap up meeting. It's like a giant 3-hour meeting where we talk about everything that happened this year, talk about the top 10 battles of the year, the top rounds of the year, our Cody Wody picks, most improved picks, our awards, our plans. It's a lot going on. G4 says, "Have you or LTBR ever blocked a battle?" You know, have I ever blocked a battle? I blocked something, but I ain't blocked a battle. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I blocked something, but it wasn't no battles. So Goda says, "Easy till someone just buy your tickets." Yeah, the battle's still gonna happen, man. If the battle's gonna happen, just listen to Easy Hit, man. The battle's gonna go down. Justin says, "Happy New Year's to LTBR. You had an amazing year. Thank you, Justin. Happy New Year's to you too, bro. You know the count." So Goated says I blocked all of Blank's battles from my memory. Goated, that might be the blessing we might have blocked. All right. So next year, when we do critical pieces on the website, we have to keep in mind of we might affect somebody's finances. So we got to tread a little bit more carefully moving forward. Okay. My man Real Sick was in the building, and before I left, we ain't got a chance to top it up. And I actually apologized to Real Sick because when I watched his battle versus Twerk in real time, I didn't know it was like that great of a battle. I thought it was a really good battle, but I thought he lost clearly. And when I watched it back, I'm like, no, this battle's debatable. And in fact, this is one of the best battles this year. And I didn't feel that way in real time. So I apologized to him about it. And he was cool with it. He pretty much told me, like, trying to review a battle on one watch is like trying to review an album on one listen. It's damn near impossible. And he's right. So, we talked about that. And then at the end of our convo, I was like, hey, one of our staff writers might be writing a piece about you soon. And then Sick was like, what? Huh? Like, his face lit up. He was like, huh? And I was like, no, it's good. It's good. I promise. I'm like, it's going to be a good piece. It's going to be a good piece. He's like, oh, okay. Just making sure. Boy, I do not want to be a battle rapper waking up the next day to a LTBR piece about how I've been losing battles. All right. Rest in peace, my mentions. Rest in peace, my Instagram tag, my Twitter, all that. Like, no, I don't want to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I don't even want to be that guy to write about it neither. Sometimes it just has to be said. We gotta be honest. But we will use our writing abilities a little bit more this experiment next year. We'll be a little bit more sharp with it because these words matter, man. The written word is powerful, man. This shit lives forever. Like, you can do a caffeine stream and have takes and opinions, and you guys will watch it. It lives on the internet forever, but it doesn't always transfer. It's just the life of content. When content's over an hour long, things get lost in the sauce. You can pull back receipts on anybody that makes content all the time and find something crazy they might have said if they make content for over 20 hours a month and they talk every day. Like, that's just gonna happen. But when you write something and the ink is dry and that shit is published and that's just on the internet forever, like, you gotta stand by that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, we will definitely do our due diligence to have a much stronger year next year on Let's Talk Battle Rap.com. More articles, more artwork, more coverage, more in-depth analysis, less narrative swaying. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I've been wanting to make a slogan for LTBR. I've been wanting to do like this thing where I just like contact the rappers directly and be like, "What quote do you want? Like, what do you want out there? Like, what do you want out there? You know what I'm saying? Come to Let's Talk Battle Rap where you can control the narrative." Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I need something like that. I need something like a commercial sign, like package, like you know what I'm saying? Come to Let's Talk Battle Rap where we control your narrative. Something like that. You know what I'm saying? Titus, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out tomorrow in the meeting. Help us help you. Yes, there we go, Britt. Welcome to Let's Talk Battle Rap. We put out stats and facts, quotes and jokes. Help us help you. Let us control your narrative. Your quote, not ours, goated. Yo, one day, no, never mind. Let me not put that in the air. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone, G4. I'm gonna leave that alone. All right. G4, let me say one thing though. If somebody went back and pulled the receipts on me, it'd get nasty. It'd get very, very, very nasty if somebody pulled the receipts on me, boy. But y'all can't because it's off the internet. Ha! Ha! All them shows back in 2020 when I used to get crazy. Unpublished. Unlisted. Not gonna get me canceled, boy. Not gonna get me canceled. Actually, Bad Money, I didn't create CPR. The person that created CPR is in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I just took the blow for it. Britt says it sounds like a psychic hotline. Welcome to Let's Talk Battle Rap, where we have all the stats and facts, quotes and jokes. Help us help you. We control your narrative. Something like that. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna perfect that shit. I'm gonna perfect it, and then I'm gonna get like some white lady to like do the voiceover. That's right, G4. I definitely hit the files. Your quote, not ours. Yeah, I seen those. Have y'all seen those like reels of like a lady reading off like sales at like Gap and Kohl's, and she just be talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? I need to get her to do it in that voice. Let me pull up one of these reels because these shits are hilarious. Hold up. Wait a minute. Where's it at? Give me 1 minute, y'all. We're gonna have some fun before we get up out of here. All right, listen to this.
21. Can you do some for me? Get 21% off when you fuck up a check at TJ Maxx. No cap, on God. Flex on your ex bitch this season in our winter sweaters, hoodies, and joggers. 21, 21, 21. Only at TJ Maxx.
So we get that lady. If we get that lady to do our like slogan, like yeah, that should have hit. hold on. Yo, bad money. I got another one.
Niggas iffy, Blicky got the stiffy, Get 69% off your entire order when you order online at oldnavy.com. Don't miss out on these savings, stupid. Available until January 1st. Only at Old Navy.
Yo. Bro, that shit is so funny, yo. Nah, that shit is so fucking funny, bro. Oh my god, yo, I love those jokes. I love those so much. Is that real? So I never heard that before. Yo. Bruh, this shit is so funny, man. Yeah, this shit is funny, right? What if I have another one here? Let me see. There's like a ton of these. What made you pick that verse? Oh shit, man. Oh, let me see. I think we got one more. Nah, we heard that one already. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of these, man. There's like a whole bunch where like they just fucking get crazy with it. Man. Yeah, so we got to get that girl to do our slogan. Oh, here's one. I got one more for y'all.
Pop your pussy and shake your ass this summer at Old Navy. Get 30% off small shorts, shirts, and summer dresses. So shake that moneymaker and make your way down to Old
Navy. I'm done for the night. He said, boy, ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way, boy. Yo, imagine that woman just like, you know what I'm saying, just say, yo, I'm gonna find out how to get her to make our slogan. And when you start hearing that shit in the intro of all of our shows, y'all mind y'all business, all right? All right, but that's my Friday evening, man. I hope everybody, if I don't talk to you guys till the new year, enjoy your new year. Please be safe. New Year's Eve is a very dangerous day. Everybody's outside drunk. Find a place to go turn up and just stay there and enjoy your night. Get drunk in the comfort of people you love and in a safe environment, or don't get drunk at all and just have fun. As always, let's talk battlerap.com. Salute Bad Money. Thank you for the love. Great year for the team. Titus says, do not get pressed by Harlem in 2023. Listen, I'm trying, Titus. All right. Everybody in Harlem has an issue with me. Everybody. Snake, Mook, people that won't be named. Me and Miss Hustle cool. You know what I'm saying? But I'll take it easy because Harlem has all my favorite hookah lounges, and I would very much love to go to my favorite hookah lounges this summer. Thank you, G4. Says salute for LTBR. Chat titles, prosper New Year's. Chat titles, what up? Everybody enjoy the rest of y'all year. All right, let's close it out with Justin's message. He goes, "Y'all know my favorite moment of 2022? What's your favorite moment? I can't believe in doing this. Oh, man. Goat it. You my guy. Salute, salute, salute. Everybody enjoy the rest of your Friday.